We greet our friends everywhere with Chapter 5 of Thunder in the Heather, the story of John Knox. This is another in the series, Stories of Great Christians, and is brought to you from the Moody Bible Institute in Chicago. At some point in his life, John Knox found that his concept of salvation by faith paralleled those of Scottish reformer George Wishart. John was in a predicament. A believer in Jesus Christ and a priest of the locally corrupt Roman Kirk, but with his heart and mind confirming his allegiance to God when the cardinal burned his friend at the stake.
Leslie, you must sit down at the table with us. You cannot plan anything with you pacing back and forth, your kilt flapping in the wind.
Plan? Talk, you mean? It has been 3 months since the bloody murder of Mr. Wishart, and still we sit and talk. Cardinal Beaton will live to be 100 if all we do is talk.
Oh, John Leslie, come and sit down. You act more like a flighty bonnet maker than a noble of Scotland. We have God's work to do.
Stand up and say that to my face.
Noble lords of Scotland, and servants of Jesus Christ, your temper flies too freely, John Leslie. You, James Melville, you too must learn patience. Will the messengers of God quarrel together?
I just so. God means us to avenge the murder of gentle George Wishart. To do nothing is to disobey him.
Let us go over the plans again, as far as we've gotten.
As long as Cardinal Beaton is walled up in his sea fortress, he feels he's safe.
That I don't believe. The castle is gigantic now. Yet his stonemasons flock there as if it were in ruins, building another wall here, another tower there. I say the man is walling up his own fears in that prison.
That may be, Leslie. But when Beaton boasts that his castle is impregnable, he does not boast vain words.
But we will not try to take the castle by force. We will arrive peaceably and request audience with His Eminence.
Well, if it's settled, why don't we do it?
Ah, Mr. Leslie, your face is as red as your kilt. You better take a little walk and cool off.
Oh, lace your tongue, Lord Douglas. We just got the man off his feet. He's been pacing around here
Lord Douglas, we wondered at your absence.
My youngest son, David, fell from his horse this morning. Gave himself a stout blow in the head, nothing worse. But I had to ride out and get him.
And how was his tutor, the stern Master Knox?
Oh, as severe as ever. Although I fear his heart aches for Mr. Wishart still. He believed him to be God's man for Scotland.
And so he was, as Beaton well knew.
Does Master Knox know that he is a marked man?
You mean because of his association with Mr. Wishart? I don't think he feels himself to be important enough to matter. At any rate, I hope he's not marked. He's a good tutor.
Well, none of us would have anything to fear if we would only get on with our plans.
You will not come with us, Douglas?
Not into the castle. I will wait with my men by the drawbridge to prevent you from being trapped within the castle if anything should go wrong.
It is unnecessary.
Lord Douglas is a man of military experience. Perhaps he is right.
After Wishart is revenged, we will take the castle.
Aye, and have a stronghold from which to overthrow the whole corrupt government of Scotland. And how can it help be corrupt, ruled by a regent without a king of our own? And to set up a new council of right and fairness, with no dallying with the petty French. Scotland will be free of corruption and bloodshed.
Strange that the blood of Caesar did not cleanse Rome.
Eh? What's the man saying?
I wish, Lord Douglas, that you would speak more plainly. I cannot tell you meaning half the time.
It was nothing.
Once we are set up inside the castle, our households will be transferred inside for the protection of our women and children.
Yes, this is very important, as the regent's army would strike first at us through them.
Will your Mr. Knox come too, Douglas?
What blather, of course he'll come.
Mr. Knox, like Mr. Wishart, believes in bringing freedom to Scotland through the preaching of words, not through brandishing the sword. As much as he is against Beaton, he may not like our bloody scheme.
What do you mean, bloody?
Don't you think Beaton will have any?
However, Knox has little choice but to join us in the castle. After Beaton dies, he will be doubly marked. A friend of the assassins, as well as a friend of Wishart.
Well, that is good. I want him to tutor my son Alexander as well, Lord Douglas.
I'm sure Master Knox will be a most useful man, Lord Melville.
Then it will be tomorrow at dawn?
Very good.
Aye.
Aye.
What be your business at St. Andrew's Castle?
Open the gate. It's cold in the morning standing on this draughty drawbridge.
Just a minute here. Who be you, nobles?
We have business with the Lord Cardinal. Is he awake yet?
I dinna know, but I hae no orders to open the gate.
Take his key. And over you go.
And now, to pay our visit to the Lord Cardinal.
I am without a word.
No, Leslie, wait!
What is this? No, you cannot kill me. I am a priest.
You had better repent of your wicked life, especially the shedding of the blood of George Wishart.
That blood cries for vengeance, and we are sent from God to revenge it. For here, my Lord Cardinal, I before God protest that neither hatred of your person, nor love of your riches, nor fear of any trouble you could have done me, moves me to strike you. But only because you have been and remain an obstacle to God and to Jesus Christ and his holy evangel.
I am a priest.
Give the signal to Douglas. Leslie, lower the drawbridge again, and let us take the castle.
Well, nobody's gonna shed any tears for the Cardinal Beaton, that's true.
And nobody's going to give his blood to them that did it either.
Just think. Killed him in his bed.
They say the nobles are set up to fair clobber one another. They're only waiting for the common folk to choose sides. The regent is collecting his army.
Oh, I cannot understand what's done in my own land.
It's not as hard as all that, love. The French won't come over and help the regent revenge Beaton's death, and the English will come up and help the nobles that killed him. That's it in your pocket.
Oh, what's to happen to me?
Nothing unusual for you, my valet.
Oh, sing us your ditty, Patrick. You go down easier with music.
And so does Dale. Come on, Patrick.
As for the Cardinal, I grant he was the man we couldn't want, and we'll forget him soon. And yet I think that sooth to say, although the loon be well away, the deed was foully done.
It's a blur night, Master Knox.
Indeed.
How long will it take us to get to Cardinal Beaton's castle? 'Tis father's castle, no?
It is Scotland's castle, lad.
How long do you think?
I dinna know. You think I'm a sundial?
He'd have to be a Monday.
What's this tucked behind your hand?
It was
It's
a
a
wee...
deceitful trick of Satan, young David Douglas. Now speak up. What do you say?
It was a wee jest, sir.
Well, Well, what did you say?
That you would have to be a moon dial.
You're daft.
Because you said you'd have to be a sundial to know how long it would take us to get to the castle. There is no sun now, only a moon. So to tell the
This
time...
is unprofitable chatter.
Did my father break one of the 10 Commandments, Master Knox?
Huh? What do you mean?
He helped to kill a man. It was not killing like the Bible says not to. Was it, Master Knox?
It was a judgment of God, whereby God admonishes the tyrants of this earth that in the end he is revenged of their cruelty.
But isn't it against the regent's law to kill?
When the civil authorities do not punish wicked men like the Cardinal, but instead support and protect them, then the people of Scotland have the right to punish. That is, as long as the people who do the punishing avoid personal revenge.
I see. Aye.
When we get to the castle, won't we be able to come home again?
No, but your father, the Lord Douglas, will be there.
I thought I could come home soon and ride my horse in the glen.
Some glen it would be if there's a war.
Oh, I hope there is. Will we be able to see it from the castle?
You will.
Why should we have a war just because the old Cardinal Beaton is dead?
Because he was an enemy of the gospel. And there are still many like him in Scotland. They will rise up and fight to keep true religion and freedom out of this dear land.
And our father will beat them.
And the English will come to help Father, won't they, Master Knox?
If the French come to help the regent, I suppose the English will come up to help your father and the other nobles.
Oh, I hope so. I should like to see King Henry VIII.
I have my doubts that he would appear.
All the same, I hope the English soldiers come.
I'd like to go to my bed. Are we going to be much longer traveling the roads?
I didn't think so.
Why do we have to come in the night?
So our enemies will not see us.
Look! Is it our enemies?
No, look! Oh, I can see the castle on the sea. Oh, look, Master Knox. It's high on the cliff.
Let me see. Let me see. Oh.
Aye, that is St. Andrews, all right. Now, lads, you'll find a new life for you here. And I hope you see the day when you get back to the old one.
Aye?
My Lord Kirkcaldy, Master John Knox and my sons are arriving.
Lord Douglas, I wanted to see you.
Kirkcaldy, what is it?
We must call a council of the other nobles immediately. Have news that the region of Scotland is marching against us to besiege the castle.
And so we conclude Chapter 5 of Thunder in the Heather, the story of John Knox. This is another in the series, Stories of Great Christians, and is produced in the studios of the Moody Bible Institute of Chicago.